In the last class, we were studying packing efficiency. So, what is packing efficiency? Percentage of the total volume occupied by the particles in an unit cell is known as packing efficiency. Packing efficiency is given by the formula volume occupied by the particles in the unit cell divided by total volume of the unit cell into 100. So, yesterday we have calculated packing efficiency in case of simple cubic unit cell, that is SCP. So, packing efficiency I have derived, packing efficiency is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. So, this is the volume occupied by one particle. Why I have taken one particle? In simple cubic unit cell, the number of particles per unit cell is 1. Therefore, the volume occupied by one particle is 4 by 3 pi r cube, because particle is considered as a sphere, and then divided by volume of total volume of the unit cell. What is the total volume of the unit cell? That is 8 pi cube. So, 4 by 3 pi r cube divided by 8 r cube. So, if you simplify this one, I have told you to write 54%. It is not 54%, make it correction. It is 52.4%. So, the answer is 52.4% packing efficiency in case of simple cubic unit cell. So, please make one correction here, 52.4%. So, today we will study how to calculate the packing efficiency in case of face centered cube or cubic closed packing unit cells. Write down, draw FCC or CCP unit cell, draw FCC or CCP unit cell and calculate the packing efficiency in FCC ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ಇದೇ ಬರಿಬೇಕು, CCP ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ಇದೇ ಬರಿಬೇಕು, and HCP close packing. So, for this one, so this is the figure you have to write. So, write the figure clearly. This is the unit cell. So, this is the unit cell, you have to write like this. So, in FCC, where the particles are present? In FCC, particles are present at the corners as well as at the center of 6 faces, that is known as FCC. So, instead of writing all the particles, I am writing only 3 particles. So, this is the simple cube, you mark this as A, this one is B, this one is C, and this one is D. E, F, G, and H. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, like that. So, in FCC structure, so this is phase diagonal. This is the phase diagonal. So, in FCC, write like this. So in a phase, three particles, this is one corner particle, this is another particle. In between the corner particles there is another center particle, this is the phase centered particle. So in FCC there are three particles which are touching each other along the phase. So this is small a, edge length of this AB is small a, and this edge length is small a, this edge length is small a, and this length, diagonal length is B, small b. So this is you have to write, I think you are observing. So write down, in FCC or CCP unit cell there are three particles. There are three particles touching each other. Three particles touching each other diagonally along the phase. So in FCC or CCP, three particles are touching diagonally along the phase. Three particles are touching diagonally along the phase as shown in the figure. So this point should be very clearly mentioned. So we are calculating packing efficiency in phase centered cube or cubic closed packing unit cell. There are three particles. Here there are particles at the corners as well as at the center of each faces, but I have considered only three particles. So diagonally these three particles are diagonally touching each other in a phase. Let the edge length of the cube, which cube? FCC cube is equal to small a. The edge length, these are all the edges of this cube. Let the edge length be small a. This distance is small a, distance is small a, and this distance is also small a. And then all the particles are considered as sphere. Therefore the radius of the sphere it is also called as particle is equal to small r. Let the edge length of the FCC cube is equal to a, radius of the sphere or the particle is equal to r, and the phase diagonal length. This is the phase diagonal AC. Phase diagonal length AC is equal to what? B, which is equal to 4R. So here this is one particle, its diameter is equal to 2R. So this is another particle, its radius is 1R. 1R, 2R and 3R. So what is the distance B? B is equal to 4 radius of the particle. So this is 1R, this is 1R, this is another R, and this one is another r. So how many r's are there? There are 4 r. The distance b is equal to 4 r, where r is the radius of the particle. Then in the triangle ABC, in the triangle ABC, so this is the hypotenuse. What is AC square equals? AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. AC square equals AB square plus BC square. What is AB square? AB distance is small a, that is a square, plus BC is also a square. Then what is AC? AC is equal to B square, that is B square equals a square plus a square. So in this triangle ABC, B square equals a square plus a square. So B square is equal to what? 2a square, or B is equal to root 2 into a. Root 2 into a. Then but B is equal to what? 4r. So substituting the value of B is equal to 4r, that is equals root 2a. Then what is a is equal to 4r divided by root 2. A equals 4r divided by root 2, or a is equal to 2 root 2 into r. So what is the value of a? The edge length a in terms of radius, a is equal to 2 root 2 r. So then if you know the edge length, you can calculate the volume of the cube. Then the volume of the cube, volume of the unit cell, volume of the unit cell is equal to a cube. So what is the value of a? That is equals 2 root 2 r whole cube. So this is volume of the unit cell. If you know the edge length a, then what is the volume of the cube is equal to a cube. What is the value of a? A is equal to 2 root 2 r. So this is the value of a cube. Then the number of, so mark this equation as 1. The number of particles per unit cell in FCC or CCP is equal to what? 4 we have calculated. The number of particles per unit cell in FCC is equal to 4. This is how we have calculated. 1 by 8 into 8. 1 by 8 into number of corner particles, 1 by 8 into 8, and plus half into number of face centered particles, totally 1 plus 3, that is equals 4. So number of particles equals 4. Then the volume occupied by 4 particles. 4 particles equals 4 into volume of each particle. Each particle is considered as sphere. 4 by 3 pi r cube, that is equals 16 by 3 pi r cube. So this is equation number 2. This is the volume of the unit cell. This is the volume occupied by the particles in FCC. Then what is packing efficiency? Then packing efficiency equals what? Volume occupied by the particles. Volume occupied by the particles. Here how many particles are there? 4 particles. Volume occupied by 4 particles is 16 by 3 pi r cube divided by volume, total volume of the unit cell. Volume of the unit cell into 100. So this is packing efficiency. Substituting the values, volume occupied by 4 particles is given by this one, that is 16 by 3 pi r cube divided by volume occupied by the units, volume of the unit cell, that is 2 root 2 r whole cube into 100. So this is comes to be 74%. This is 74%. So this is packing efficiency in FCC or CCP. So this is how we can calculate the packing efficiency in FCC. So for this one, you have to write the unit cell of FCC. So in FCC, there are 3 particles touching each other diagonally along the face. You have to consider only these 3 particles. Other particles I have not mentioned here. So this is the phase diagonal length. So unit in this unit cell, the edge length is small a, radius of each sphere or each particle is small r, and the phase diagonal length AC is equal to B, that is equals 4r. So this distance, in this distance B, 4 radius of the particles are there, therefore B is equal to 4r. So on considering the triangle ABC, AC square equals AB square plus BC square, and some substituting and simplifying, you will get the packing efficiency for FCC or CCP. Now let us consider body centered cubic unit cell. Draw BCC unit cell. Calculate the packing efficiency in BCC structure or BCC unit cell. Draw BCC unit cell. Calculate the packing efficiency in BCC structure. So in BCC unit cell, body centered cubic unit cell, where the particles are present? The particles are present at the corners and also at the center of the body. It is called body centered unit cell. So I will not write all the particles, I will write only the body centered particle and 2 corner particles here. So this is, you have to join this corner and this corner diagonally like this. So this is body diagonal, this one is body diagonal. So here is one particle, body centered particle, here is corner particle of this corner, here is another corner particle of this corner. So this is body centered particle, these 3 particles, 2 corner particles and 1 body centered particle touching each other diagonally along the body. So mark this as A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So this body diagonal distance, let it be C, small c. Body diagonal distance FA is, let us consider as small c. And this distance, so we will call it as face diagonal. FB is face diagonal to this face, therefore we will call it as B. So, and all these are edge lengths. A, edge length A, this is edge length A, and this edge length is A. So, A is the edge length, B is the face diagonal distance, and C is the body diagonal distance. So, this is body centered cubic unit cell in which three particles are touching each other along the diagonally along the body. So, write down in BCC, body centered cubic unit cell, three particles are touching each other diagonally along the body, as shown in figure, So, in this structure, three particles are touching each other diagonally along the body. So, F and A are the diagonally opposite corners, you have to bear in your mind. So, G and B are diagonally opposite corners, like that. So, here let the edge length of the cube is equal to small a, radius of the sphere. So, what is sphere here? It is the particles is equal to small r, then face diagonal length, So, this is face diagonal length FB is equal to small b, face diagonal length is equal to small b, and body diagonal length, So, this is body diagonal length, that is FA. FA is equal to small c. It is equal to how many r's are there? So, here there are 4 particles, here 1 particle, its distance is 2r, this distance is r and this distance is r, therefore totally the distance c is equal to 4r. So, that is equal to 4r. And then, so to calculate this distance in the form of edge length, I have to know what is the value of b. So, to calculate b, I have to use this formula. So, here in the triangle EFB, in the triangle EFB, so FB square is equal to EF square plus EB square. So this is the hypotenuse, this is the right angle. So this distance is FB square is equal to EF square plus EB square. So what is EB square? EB square is called B square is equal to A square. EF square is equal to A square plus EB square is also is equal to A square. So this distance is edge distance or edge length AA. So in this triangle EFB, B square equals A square plus A square. B square equals A square plus A square, that is B square is equal to 2A square. B square is equal to 2A square. Now in this triangle FAB, so FAB, C square is equal to B square plus A square. In the triangle FAB, what is FA square? FA square is equal to FB square, FB square plus AB square. AB square. FA square is equal to C square. So C square equals B square plus A square. C square is equal to B square plus A square. But B square is equal to 2A square. So we know the value of B square is equal to 2A square. Therefore C square is equal to 2A square plus A square. Instead of B square I have written 2A square. Therefore C square is equal to 3A square, or C is equal to root of 3 into A. Root of 3 into A. So what is the value of C? But C equals 4R. C equals 4R. Therefore, C equals root 3 into A. C equals 4R is equal to root 3 into A, or A is equal to what? 4R divided by root 3. So the unit length in terms of radius is equal to 4R divided by root 3. So in FCC, A is equal to 4R divided by root 2. Here it is 4R divided by root 3. So if you know the edge length, you can calculate the volume of the cube. Then the volume of the unit cell is equal to A cube. What is the value of A? So this is 4R divided by root 3 whole cube. So this is volume of the unit cell you have got. Then you have to calculate the volume occupied by the particles. How many particles are there in body centered cube? In body centered cube there are 2 particles per unit cell. So in BCC, the number of particles per unit cell equals 2. We have calculated this one. Therefore, the volume occupied by 2 spheres, here spheres is particles, is equal to 2 into 4 by 3 pi r cube, that is equals 8 by 3 pi r cube. So this is equation number 2 and this equation is 1. So here you got the volume occupied by the particles. This is volume of the sphere. So then packing efficiency equals volume occupied by the particles, divided by volume of the unit cell, volume occupied by the particles in the unit cell divided by volume of the unit cell into 100. So this formula you know. What is the volume occupied by the particles? This is the volume occupied by the particles, that is 8 by 3 pi r cube. Then what is volume of the unit cell? Volume of the unit cell is 4 r divided by root 3 whole cube. Into 100. This is equals 68%. So this is packing efficiency in BCC, body centered cube. So this is how we can calculate packing efficiency in body centered cube. So we have calculated packing efficiency in simple cube, face centered cube and body centered cube. So out of these three, definitely one will be asked in your examination. Therefore all these three are very important and you have to learn properly. So now we will know what are imperfections or crystal defect. We know in a crystalline solid, the particles are arranged in a definite pattern in three-dimensional space. So suppose this is a crystal. So these are called particles. These are particles. These particles are also called as what? Lattice points. They are also called as spheres. So these are particles or lattice points or spheres, since particles are considered as spheres. Now the space occupied by the particle is called as lattice sites. The space occupied by the particles, the place of the particles are called lattice sites and other places are called interstitial site. Interstitial sites. In the crystal, the space occupied by the particles or the points or the spheres are called lattice sites and other places are called interstitial sites. They are also called as voids. Now this is the proper order how the particles are arranged in a crystal. If the order of the arrangement is disturbed, then what happens? Disorder will be formed. So say for example, if one particle is missing or row of particle is missing, or if one particle goes and occupies somewhere here, these are all defects. So any disorder in the arrangement of particles, So this is the order of arrangement of particles. Any disorder in the arrangement of particles in crystals is known as imperfections or crystal defect. Write down. Any disorder, any deviation in the orderly arrangement, of particles in a crystal or solid is called imperfection or crystal defect. So if the arrangement of particle is proper, it is proper arrangement. If the arrangement of particles are improper or not proper, it is called imperfections or crystal defects. So if the orderly arrangement is not proper, it leads to crystal defect. Crystal defects changes the properties of crystal. So crystal defects changes the properties of solids or crystals. So if the orderly arrangement is not proper, the properties of the crystal itself changes. So crystal defect changes the properties of solids or crystals. Coming to the types of crystal defects. So in crystal defects there are two types. Number one, point defect, and number two, line defect. Point defect and line defect. What is point defect? Defect in the arrangement of points. What are points? Particles. Defects in the arrangement of points. These are all points. We will call them as lattice points. Particles are represented by points. Defect in the arrangement of points is called point defect. Similarly, what is line defect? Defect in the arrangement of rows of points is called line defect. So if one particle is missing, or if this particle occupies this position, these defects are called point defects. Defects in the arrangement of points are called point defect. Defects in the arrangement of lines, in some cases lines will be missing, so those defects are called line defects. So now let us study in detail what are point defects. So point defect. In point defect there are mainly three types. One is stoichiometric defect. Number two, non-stoichiometric defect. Stoichiometric defect and non-stoichiometric defect. And third one is impurity defect. stoichiometric defect, non-stoichiometric defect and impurity defect. In stoichiometric defect, there are two types. One is vacancy defect, another one is interstitial defect, vacancy defect and interstitial defect. In non-stoichiometric defect, there are two types mainly: metal excess defect, here metal deficient defect, metal excess defect and metal deficient defect. So in metal excess defect, again there are two types: anion vacancy, cation excess. Anion vacancy and second one is cation excess. So here also in metal deficient defect, again there are two types: cation vacancy and anion excess defect. So anion vacancy, cation excess, cation vacancy, anion excess. So these are all the different types of point defects. ಇದೆಯಾ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 5 ನಿಮಿಷ?